your new favorite reason to be late for work. This is the Joevelocity Show, brought to you by Old Glory, who offers over 300,000 items for music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture fans, featuring officially licensed merchandise from iconic bands and top sports teams. Discover your perfect fan gear and save 15% with the exclusive discount code Joevelocity at oldglory.com.
And welcome once again to the Joevelocity Show. I'm here once again with my friend Hubba.
Hey, y'all. What's going on? What's going on?
Right.
Drop a bomb for me. Drop a bomb.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Anyways, so welcome back again.
Thank you.
We have a lot to cover here, so we're going to go ahead and get right into the first story. First story is, my girlfriend and I have a puppy, but cannot be there for her 100% of the time. Am I the asshole? My girlfriend and I are both college students living in her parents' house. 4 months ago, her father bought us a puppy and agreed to watch her while we are physically unable to. Since we're on a fall break, we have been home for the majority of the past 4 to 5 days. Today I had to work from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., and my girlfriend had training for firefighting during dinner time, which also means that the puppy's dinner time. My girlfriend's little brother, who's 13, was in our room playing on my computer, which is on this one occasion he was given permission to do so. Typically, I'm very protective of my stuff and do not like people using my things, and watching my 5-month-old puppy because his parents were supposedly being rude to her, so it was just him and my puppy in the room. When dinner time came around, neither me or my girlfriend were home, so her little brother was asked by her parents to feed the dog. He did so after asking me how to make her food, which I thanked him because he shouldn't have to do that. It's not his dog. Anyways, after eating dinner, he went back to playing the game on my PC, but was not paying attention to the dog, which in my eyes, he was responsible for because he decided to take her into my room alone instead of putting her into her house/crate. My puppy then proceeded to tear apart and potentially drink a bottle of urine cleaner, which was in a bag next to mine in my girlfriend's bed. I believe completely that it is the little brother's fault for not actually watching her like he said he was going to, and then proceeded to say it was my fault for having the bottle on the floor, even though she wouldn't have been in my room had he not brought her in there, and I'm very worried for my dog's health. Girlfriend's parents believe it was also our fault and said we shouldn't have let the dog because when she is in her house she cries and they do not want to deal with it. Girlfriend told her parents that we are sorry, which we are. She cries when she's in the crate, but says that they're going to have her out of the crate, then we fully expect them to watch the dog because she cannot be let free like older dogs, which are 4 years old. I'm at a loss for words and a solution. Girlfriend's parents are threatening putting up the dog for adoption, while girlfriend and I are not home. I mean, that's tough because, dogs are like a family member, number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, they're also a responsibility. And I don't think that people really are paying attention to how much of a responsibility a pet is. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't have any pets myself, right? But there's a specific reason is that because I'm single. Mm-hmm. If I want to travel, I don't have to worry about boarding the pet. In this case, it would be a cat, or having somebody watch the cat or whatnot there. But basically, it's just a lot easier, But I would love to have a pet. I'll be honest with you. I mean, you actually have a dog, right?
I have a dog and a cat.
And a cat. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, do you think it's a pain in the neck sometimes?
Absolutely. Sometimes.
But
you love them.
Right.
And you'll do anything for them. So, it could be a pain. Because sometimes, when you got to work and you have other things going on, it's hard to sometimes keep up with everything, especially when you're doing it on your own. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I don't know. I want to hear your answer first. I want to hear it.
They're too busy, Yeah. Because if they're not able to take care of the dog, because if one of them isn't home, mm-hmm. or neither one of them are home mm-hmm. on enough of a basis there, I can understand the parents' thoughts there where it's kind of like, you're not here enough to take care of this dog, you know.
This is a 13-year-old child.
Who's then had to take care of it there, and then
he's going to be a 13-year-old child.
Yeah, he's screwed
up. It's the simple fact that you're taking it so far where it's just a quick little lesson for him to learn, and he'll maybe do better. Y'all took it way off and beyond, and it just was like, come on, this is a 13-year-old child.
Right, exactly.
You know?
The commenters agree with you. You're the asshole. Your puppy, your responsibility. Not a 13-year-old child's responsibility. How was he supposed to know that was even out?
Yeah.
Puppies chew everything. If you don't want it chewed, then you should put it away.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. What the hell made them choose to think of getting a puppy in the first damn place?
Right. Oh, it's pretty. It's cute. You know?
Yeah. That is.
But, you know, it's like when you have a pet, you take the good, you take the bad, and there you have the facts of life.
Yep.
You're the asshole. You don't blame a child for your responsibility. The puppy is yours and your girlfriend's responsibility. Your little brother helped feed the dog. Thankful for that. Your dumbass left something poisonous to your animal or anyone else on the floor. Little brother didn't know it was there, and truthfully should not even be handling stuff like that. If you don't have the time to properly care for a pet, then you shouldn't have one. Hard stop.
Exactly.
And then the last commenter was like, everybody sucks here. You got a puppy you can't supervise while living with unwilling roommates. So
no, don't do that to the 13-year-old. I ain't feeling that one. No. Leave the 13-year-old alone. He's just being a 13-year-old.
Exactly.
No, everybody suck. You better go ahead. You better blame them two that sat up there and decided to buy that puppy and decide to take care of it. It's their responsibility. Don't play like that.
Yeah.
Don't play like that. That fell flat.
Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on to the second story here. Am I the asshole for not supporting my friend's AI music career? So a friend of mine likes to make music. She used to write her own music and lyrics and play them on a guitar. She has always been all right at both, but never brilliant, which didn't matter because we were only jamming among friends. It was fun. I myself like to sing, but also consider myself okay rather than just actually talented. About a half a year ago, she discovered some AI music tool, which you can feed with prompts and lyrics, and it'll spit out whatever genre and style you like with AI-generated instruments and vocals. I explained to her that I'm a little uneasy with the idea because it takes away from the creative process and craftsmanship of making music, but I didn't press the issue because I thought it would be just for fun. Now, though, she fancies the songs she created with the AI so much that she started a campaign for them. She's published an album on Spotify and advertises for it on her Instagram. She wants me to share her posts and support her music career. I don't want to do that. Does that make me a bad friend? No, I don't think it makes you a bad friend.
I don't think it don't make her a bad friend. But the thing is, she needs to let people know that it's AI music,
and that's the whole entire thing.
Run off of AI. She need to be honest with her followers, or to be honest about that. Like, hey, AI is helping me out with this. Let that be front known, but. You know what I mean? If I wouldn't mind that if she actually let them know. But it's the simple fact that she's going off of it and making it like she originally came up with this music. I don't support that, and she should not either.
There's another thing to be said there about that is that, yes, AI is a tool. AI's got really
it's a tool.
Good
it's a good tool. It's a great tool, actually. It's a great tool, but no.
But on the other hand, there too, it's kind of like how much of it is being generated by her and how much of it is being generated by AI. I think you kind of cross that line. It's kind of like, if you have a song, maybe you use AI to enhance that song. That's one thing. If you use AI to generate the whole entire song and all the lyrics and everything there, you don't really, pretty much all you're doing is that just feeding a prompt, like, write a song about so-and-so and make it in this style, and it does the whole entire thing, and you publish that without disclosing the fact it was AI. Then that's the problem, So, I mean, I personally myself use AI for a lot of stuff there. I have fallen in love with ChatGPT, and I'll be honest there, it generates some really hilarious results.
Man, who haven't lately? ChatGPT is like a savior. You know what I mean? When it comes to certain things, because sometimes we all need help somewhere or something.
Right. But the whole entire thing is that, like, for example, I'll use it to generate pictures of my my teammates of my bowling team, but it will also generate them throwing the ball into the crowd or throwing it into the other lane,
Right.
So it will generate some hilarious results sometimes. And then also, too, is kind of like I generated a picture of my friend bowling, and then I said, generate a picture of our team. You already have our pictures, and it generated the picture of the team without me in it, but with him in it.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, that's not right. But you want to hear something funny?
What?
Do you have Chat GPT in your phone?
Yes.
Grab it real quick and ask it what the seahorse emoji is.
Okay, hold on.
So go in there, go into your
Come on.
right. So you can go ahead here and do that, and we're gonna find out what happens here.
Okay, what is it? You asked me?
Okay, so go ahead there and find out. Well, ask it, what is the seahorse emoji?
What is the seahorse emoji?
Look at the response it gives you.
And it's like, it says the seahorse emoji is a horse.
Ultra confused. It gets so freaking confused.
Look at the answer. I'm not even reading that. That's too much.
It's
Lord.
like, wait a second. No, it's this. No, it's that. No, I'm sorry. I screwed up. Let me try this again. It's this. No, it's not that.
Oh my gosh. It just gets confused.
It gives you a big, long paragraph. And I, like on mine, I was like, you know what? The only answer to this is there's no seahorse emoji.
Yes, there's not.
Yeah.
Girl, you didn't figure that out. Like, it has its ifs, ands, and buts, too. You know what I mean?
So that's a instance where AI will just hallucinate, It thinks there's a seahorse emoji, but there's actually not an actual real seahorse emoji.
Exactly.
And literally, it kind of just goes on. And then when you tell it, no, hey, you're wrong, it continues to go on. You just continue to be more wrong, and you're just like, stop.
Shut up.
Yeah,
bitch.
right. I was like, the only right answer to this, I eventually told my Chat GPT, is that there is no seahorse emoji. So a few weeks later, I asked it, hey, what is the seahorse emoji? And it was like, there's no seahorse emoji. I'm like, good.
Do you know who that sounds like? With ChatGPT sounds like with that? A narcissist.
It's like, I'm absolutely sure
they just gotta be right. They just gotta make sure they come up with the right answer. And it's just like, it's okay to be wrong sometimes.
Yeah. But I think there always has to be a human aspect to it there. And the commenters, I think, agree with us. Not the asshole. AI slop has no place in creative roles, hobbies, and will only devalue those with actual skill. Using any other role that's not creative, all for it, but music, art, AI should be shunned.
Yes.
Another one said, you're refusing to promote her ability to put in a prompt. You're not refusing to promote her music because it's not her music. It's basically a commission credited to a program. And then the final one said, I do think AI can replace people who aren't fired despite being super wrong constantly, like CEO and pundits. Otherwise, not very useful at all and very dumb.
Yes.
Like I said before, it's a tool. Some people are using that tool as the complete answer, and it's not the complete answer. It's literally a tool. You need to go in and inspect the answer to make sure, number one, it's right, and number two is you're probably going to edit it so it sounds like you.
You're using ChatGPT to get to the answer, to help you get to that. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not using it as the answer. You're using it to help you get there.
Right.
And to come up with the best, you know what I mean? But like I said, she just wasn't honest about it to me, to like her followers or the people who actually like support her music.
Right. Yeah. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, she needs to be honest with, her fans, be like, hey, this is all AI now. I mean, the sad part is AI has gotten so good that, they're probably gonna be like, hey, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, right.
There's actually stories about people on Spotify who have created whole entire AI bands.
Yeah.
Generated pictures and everything there.
And they're getting music deals.
Yeah. And they're not even real.
They're replacing human beings.
And there's a new one that recently came out there where you can generate movies now. And I saw a movie of Bob Ross wrestling Fred Rogers.
Oh my God.
They basically use like the source from a WrestleMania video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is extremely good. I mean, granted, Mr. Rogers' voice didn't match up. It sounded like Vince McMahon. But on the other hand, there too, I mean, other than that, I mean, if you weren't looking closely, you would be like, yeah, this looks real, you know?
Yes.
So I have a feeling it's not going to end well, you know?
Man, I done seen Michael Jackson, child. They done had Michael Jackson up here working at the grocery stores. They done sat up there and had him as a gangster. He was up there beefing with Tupac. Come on, man. It was just like, you know what? AI is going too far. Too far. It's just like, come on. And some of them do be funny, but then they get to a point where, like, okay, like, this is just... And I even seen AI commercials on YouTube TV.
Oh yeah, I see
and
AI.
And the way AI is looking is still not there, so you can still tell it's AI. But it's the simple fact that they're using AI for fucking commercials.
Right.
For advertising.
So speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a break.
Up in this motherfucker. I'm telling you right now, they trying to replace us.
You know, like I said, it's a tool. You know, you have to use that tool right. So we're going to go ahead here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of the Joevelocity Show after this.
You could listen to a station that plays the same 6 songs on repeat. Or you could try Joevelocity FM, the home of rock, pop, alternative, and new wave, curated by someone who doesn't hate you. No talk radio, no wacky morning crew, just non-stop music and unapologetic attitude. We're Joevelocity FM, always in motion, like your caffeine withdrawal, but way more fun. Click, stream, regret nothing. JoeVelocityFM.com.
If ensuring speed and security for your sites is really a top priority for you, then search no further than Voxonix's shared website hosting plans. They use SSD-powered servers and provide numerous site acceleration tools that make your websites load noticeably faster. Additionally, they deploy ZFS data storage to shield your website contents from corruption. Also, they will manage the task of migrating all the websites you need to their system, absolutely free of cost. Get started now by going to Voxonix.com. That's VOXONX.com.
Welcome back to the Joevelocity Show. I'm once again here with Hubba. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Oh,
wake
hello.
up!
Oh my God!
You're falling asleep on me here.
Oh Lord Jesus, I was.
A little distracted over there, huh?
Yes.
I see.
No. I was.
You're reading, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and continue on here with the third story here. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to pay me back after she broke my gaming headset? So you game, you probably have a headset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you kind of understand what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So I, 25 female, have a gaming headset that I use pretty much daily. It wasn't super high end, but it also wasn't cheap. I saved up for it and it cost around $120. I use it for gaming, work calls, and just general stuff. Last weekend, my girlfriend was hanging out in my apartment. She sat down on my desk chair without realizing the headset was on it, and when she sat, she basically crushed one of the ear cups. It snapped the plastic part, and now it doesn't sit right in my head. Plus, the mic doesn't work anymore. I wasn't mad in the moment because the accident happened, but I did say something like, "Damn, that's broken now. I'm going to need to get a new one." She laughed it off and said, "Well, you'll get an upgrade." I kind of awkwardly asked if she'd be willing to split the cost or at least help replace it, since it was her mistake. She immediately got defensive and said, "Are you serious? It was an accident. I'm not paying for that. You're being ridiculous." I said I didn't think it was ridiculous. If I accidentally broke something of hers, I absolutely offered to replace it. She rolled her eyes and told me I cared too much about stiff. Since then, she's been distanced, and one of our mutual friends even told me that I should just let it go because it's not worth fighting over. But it's not pocket change to me, and it just feels unfair. So, am I the asshole for asking her to help pay for the headset she broke, even though it was an accident?
I'm split in the middle with this a little bit.
Why so?
I don't think she meant like, oh, you got to pay the whole, I just need a little help because I saved up to get these headphones, and I know it was an accident, but I need a little help. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't think she's asking it like being rude about it. You know what I mean? She's just asking for help. That's your girlfriend. Why wouldn't you want to help her?
Right. Let's also talk about, too, where the headset was. It was on... Bitch. I also, too, look, what I was trying to say here before you said bitch was... Where was the headset at? It was on the chair.
Yeah.
And she sat on it without looking, probably not expecting the headset to be there.
Yeah, she didn't expect that. She didn't expect that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess, like I said, that's what make me a little split in the middle about it, because she didn't expect that to be there, but that's your girlfriend. She asked for a little help. Wouldn't you want to help your girlfriend?
Right. Yeah, I would think it'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me help you replace this kind of thing,
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it may be one of those cases where they're kind of hard up for money because they're only 23.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I remember what it was like at 23 years old, and you worked hard to get something, and then it suddenly breaks, and it's like, you need help to get it back. Like,
exactly. Yeah, it's one thing.
Trick. Say not. I gotta stop.
Anyways, the commenters, I think, weren't necessarily in agreement with us there, but on the end there too, they were kind of harsh towards the person who sat on the headphones. One of them said, it's one thing if it's a living room recliner or a kitchen chair, but headphones on a desk chair, yeah, it's 100% on her for not looking. So the second comment actually goes back to the first story that we were talking about here. I have cats. If I sat down without looking, I no longer have cats.
Yeah, bitch.
I could tell you so many times there that I inadvertently, squished a cat. Like, I started sitting down, it's like, then it's like, oh, wait, I'm sorry,
Oh, I got a story.
Then you run away.
Y'all. I got a quick little story for y'all.
Yeah.
Now, there's been times where I've sat on my couch because my cat is black, my couch is black. Like, it's dark. It's more of a really dark blue. Like, I can't see him sometimes. So
they match.
The last time I actually sat on, I like really sat on him, and I really
oh my God.
Bad. He was like a ram. I was like, oh, sluggy.
And next thing you know, you have no cat because you have to put the cat down.
Yeah, look,
because you broke off
but
more of his
that
legs.
was my fault, and I apologized to my cat, and I did whatever to make him feel comfortable because I was in the wrong. I didn't look before I sat down. Okay?
Right? Yeah, exactly. So, the third commenter goes, I've been begging my wife for 10 years to please just look where she sits down. It has not yet happened once. I could cover the seat in pink paint and she'd sit right in it without noticing. It used to drive me crazy, but it's been so long now. I've been worn down and simply being perplexed. I can't for the life of me come up with an explanation as to why she does it, why she can't stop doing it despite many bad outcomes like breaking things, and why anyone would ever sit somewhere without looking in the first place. Nothing about it makes sense, but it's nice to know that I'm not alone in the frustration. I didn't think there were so many people who terrorize those around them by just sitting on people's shit all the time.
And that could go all kinds of ways. It ain't just, you know what I mean? Like, it's a metaphor. Like, it could go all kind of fucking ways. People do things in your home, destroy your shit or whatever without fucking thinking or even, paying attention to what's going on.
Right.
And then you're left to fucking
holding the pieces.
Yes, you're left to holding the pieces and trying to figure it out all over again. And it's just like you just ask for a little help, especially from your girlfriend.
All right.
And she just want to sit up there and act like she don't even want to help. Like, come on, girl. And I'm not.
I broke the headset. So sad.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm willing to put half on it or whatever. I don't have much, but I at least can put half on it. Something, bitch.
Yeah, do something about that. Be like, I'm so sorry. No. I am so sorry that this happened. Let me help you out. I can't pay for the whole entire thing.
Yeah,
it's expensive there. But let me
help out something. Let me contribute or something.
Right. Anyways, here, it's.
And it's not like she did multiple things on there.
Right.
With them headphones. It's just, come on.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about this kid today. You ain't gonna never. That bitch got me mad.
Believe it or not, we are to the last story, and this is a doozy. This is our moment of conclusion.
Ooh, we got What?
Anyways, the story goes, my husband has informed me that he intends to go on a gaycation with his brother-in-law in Ibiza.
He's a hoe.
How do I handle this?
He's a freak hoe.
You know what I have to say to this?
Well, nothing beats it. Yes! Girl!
Now with Jet2 Holidays.
Oh my darling, oh my hair. Every time I hear that part.
I know. You know what's kind of funny? I was driving the other day in Moreauville, just outside of Pittsburgh here, and I was driving along Business 22, and there was a Firestone car care place, and on their little billboard thing they had outside, like their little display thing, it said, everybody loves a Jet2 holiday. And then they had their, brake alignment or brake replacement or whatever it was.
Right.
I was like, I laughed when I saw that. It's just like, so that gave me the idea to do that.
I hope the person that did that commercial, the voiceover for that, I hope she's doing more voiceovers at this point.
Actually, I saw an interview with her, and she is happy that, that the commercials have become popular. She did it 2 years ago, actually.
Right.
And, but it's kind of weird because she'll be sitting on an airplane and somebody will pull up that commercial and play it. Just to show their friend or something.
Oh, wow.
So she's like, it's a little disconcerting to hear my own voice all the time.
Yeah.
So,
beats a Jet2 holiday. This is definitely one of those situations. Go ahead.
Right. Anyways, hi there. I really wish I didn't have to make this post, but here goes. So me and my husband, we're both 42, has been happily married for about 16 years, give or take. We both have stable careers, good family life, and are fairly fortunate despite the cost of living rocking up in the UK right now. We have 2 boys, 15 and 10, and up until this Sunday, thought we had it pretty good. We argue sometimes, of course, but never gotten too bad, and we have a pretty decent sex life with some exploration, but I won't get into that. Long and short is, on Sunday, just after I dropped off our boys at their friends', my husband asked me if we had the house alone, and then more importantly, do I have a minute? I said yes. And he sat me down and then got out this printed poster from some sort of orgy and started explaining to me that the concept of a gaycation.
Gay.
Now, how's it where straight men go to somewhere with sun, sand, and booze and become gay for the duration of the trip? But that's fine because it doesn't actually count. Because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. I was just completely silent and mortified, even more so when he said that he was looking into booking a trip to Ibiza next year with his brother-in-law, who's 35, to experience it for himself. When he finally let me speak, I just said, I need him to be clear with me. Is he gay? Because if yes, that's okay, but we need to figure out what happens going forward. I didn't let myself get angry or upset. I was just stunned. He swore up and down how he's not gay, he's 100% attracted to women, and of course still loves me and our boys. So I said, well, do you think you're bi, maybe? He got very defensive, saying, I need to drop the accusations, and this is the beauty of the gaycation. It allows straight men to experience gayness without actually being gay. He was adamant he doesn't find men's bodies or genitalia exciting at all, but he needs to experience this apparently. Well, I said, I'm really not comfortable, because even if he was bi, this would be explicitly cheating on me. He got angry and reiterated that he's not, because that's the beauty of the gaycation. I love that line.
That's the beauty of the gaycation. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Ow.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Lord.
Whoever thought that would become a meme?
Man, is embarrassing.
So I had enough and left the room. I ignored him for the rest of the day, but we spoke at tea, where I again asked him, why does he want to do this so badly if he's not gay? He said how he's interested in how gay men's lives differ than straight men's, and that unfortunately once the gaycation begins, it's simply impossible for a man to resist. He must surrender himself, mind, body, and soul to the gaycation or be destroyed. I really can't put into words how surreal it was, because he was speaking so matter-of-factly and again insists this is just a thing that straight men do all the time, and how he's actually doing it a bit late. I just said to him, If he has any love for me, then he can go ahead with us, and if he does, the marriage will be dead. We didn't speak any more about that. Since then, he's mentioned no more of it, but somehow, and this is what scares me a lot too, the decision generally seems to be tearing him up. He didn't go into work on Monday and only went half a day yesterday because he told him he just felt too ill. He just looks distraught every time I see him. I really don't think he's wholly gay, even though I can absolutely believe he's bi, but I'd rather we talked about that in a healthy way other than this incredibly weird denialism while going on a sex holiday to Ibiza. Has anyone known straight guys to do this and come back and just go back to being straight? Like, surely that can't be a thing that happens. I'm so out of my depth here, and I just don't know how to even initiate the conversation. For the record, I also haven't mentioned it to his sister yet. I don't know how I'd even break it to her. Thanks for any help. I just don't even want to think being able to get this out there has helped me a little bit. Oh my freaking God.
Ooh, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Yeah. That's just a crazy ass situation. And I just feel like, oh God, it's just like him being all defensive and, keep on explaining it.
Yeah, he's like, how dare you ask about
like,
this?
Yes, and it's just like playing her for a fool.
I just want to be gay for a week.
No homo.
Damn, bro. It's just crazy how quick people be ready to be so dishonest.
First commenter, I think, hit it right on the head there. Your husband isn't proposing a gaycation. He's proposing cheating on you with men while using magical thinking to pretend it doesn't count. The fact that he's planning this with his sister's husband makes it even more disturbing. His bizarre explanation about surrendering mind, body, and soul isn't straight man curiosity. It's someone desperately trying to justify exploring their sexuality while keeping his heterosexual marriage. His depression about not being able to go isn't about missing a vacation. It's about being forced to confront his sexuality without it's convenient. What happens in the gaycation stays in the gaycation excuse. His meltdown over not going shows how desperately he wants to avoid facing this reality.
He's a homosexual.
Gay, gay, gay.
The second one goes on to say, so this is just a thought, but I'm just wondering if he was really planning on doing the gaycation or if it was just a cover to try to get you to agree to it. What if the real plan was to get with women while he's down there? Never thought of that, did you?
I never thought of that. I never thought of that. Right. But that don't even make sense. Why would a straight man even do that? Yeah. Like, I don't see a straight man doing that.
Yeah, I mean, unless he wanted to, I mean, but the reason why he said gaycation first and actually wanted to go straight women, yeah, it's kind of like it doesn't quite make sense.
No, it doesn't.
I agree, yeah. Third commenter said, tell him you're going to have a straightcation while he's gone, and you're going to surrender mind, body, and soul to other men. Honest to God, if my husband proposes to me, I use his time away to pack up, move out, and have the divorce papers waiting for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I get her on that situation. I completely understand where she's coming from. This man is gay. Okay, either this man is gay or he's gay. It's just he likes dick.
Right. Well, guess what? Update.
Woo, shit. Here we go.
This one is even longer than the actual story I just told. So,
Lord Jesus, help us.
Sit down, get yourself some Coke. Like in the last show.
I don't do crack. Crack is cheap. Crack is cheap.
Crack is whack. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on to the update here. So when I last posted, I contacted my husband to tell him he wouldn't be staying at home tonight and a bag would be waiting for him. As you can imagine, we argued quite badly. I won't go into specific details, but I'm 100% on board with the fact at a minimum he's bi, might even be gay altogether. We've had arguments in the past, but I've generally never seen him have such a childish tantrum before, screaming about how I just don't understand the gaycation. Absolutely despise that phrase now, and insinuating that I'm actually homophobic because I refuse to allow him to participate in this cultural exchange with the gay community. It's like a foreign exchange student, you know? I'm going to go on vacation and be gay for a week. A lot of you said to ask him if it would be acceptable. The roles were in reverse, and I did say It would be acceptable if I went and slept with other guys during the week, like fucking clockwork. He was very angry and offended, saying it's completely different because a gaycation means nothing, and what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation, so it doesn't actually count. Whereas I'd just be straight up cheating. Well, I turned it around on him, but no, you see what happens in Manchester stays in Manchester. It doesn't mean anything, it just doesn't count. It's like bird watching. And I think I got through to him. He went all quiet and started crying, admitting the thought of me sleeping with another man is destroying his heart, but relationships need sacrifices, so agreed while in tears. Then when he goes on the gaycation, I'll get 1 week in Manchester to do whatever I want. He doesn't want me to, but it's fair and a twist the way that he supposed. I told him to get out of my house. Thankfully, left without a fight.
He wanted to have sex with me so bad. Okay.
I know it's incredibly petty, but I also drained the joint bank account, which is legal in the UK, so you couldn't try to use it against me. About an hour later, I got rang up by his mom, my mother-in-law, who just screamed and screamed at me about being a cheating whore, how I was horrible, what about the kids, etc. When I finally got my composure back, I just said, ask your son about the gaycation.
Right?
Obviously, at first she got angry, but I said, no, just ask him about the gaycation. He'll explain. But she called me a fucking joke and hung up.
Wow.
Later on, getting into the evening, I got another phone call from her in floods of tears. She was being very apologetic, and I told her that she doesn't need to apologize. She was so upset, she put father-in-law on the phone. While he sounded calm, I could just sort of tell he was on the warpath. Again, very apologetic, and said he overheard the phrase, asked my husband, and husband initially said no, it's nothing, before explaining how it's a modern thing men do, etc., and gave them the same spiel about what happens on the gaycation. Men cannot resist the gaycation. How a man must surrender to the gaycation. Father-in-law just said he told him to leave or they call the police. Don't care where he goes, but he wasn't staying there. Husband tried to call me while I was on the phone, but I just ignored it. And father-in-law just said he was so sorry for me and they had my corner in this. So that's one thing. Told him to be there for their daughter because it sounds like brother-in-law is involved. Husband didn't tell him that. And father-in-law just said he had to go because he was so angry. Got a text from my husband after the phone call, which was all weirdly rambly, saying about how he abused the gaycation to destroy his marriage and destroy his life. And again insinuated I and his parents were homophobic for doing such a thing. Told him we'll talk when he grows up and blocked his number. I took the day off work myself to have the locks changed this morning, so that's 500 pounds gone. But whatever. At least I know we won't be coming back. I'm going to look into how to proceed with the divorce, and then we'll move from there. Oh, and then, of course, there's the brother-in-law. So I haven't yet met with sister-in-law. She was such a state and has taken this far, far worse than I have for reasons that will be clear soon. We're going to maybe try tomorrow, but we did talk over the phone, and I eavesdropped on the conversation with her husband where she put the phone on speaker and I went on mute. Her husband got home earlier. She made him come home, told him there was an emergency, and said to him, can you please explain what a gaycation is? She told me afterwards she was praying he looked confused, just being like, what? Or anything like that. But instead, he just sat her down and explained what a gaycation is, a new thing where straight men go to gay hotspots and participate in gay sex acts, but it doesn't count because there's no investment, because what happens in the gaycation stays in the gaycation. I'm so sick of that.
Yo.
He said it's like writing down angry thoughts and putting them in a drawer. You never have to see them again. Whole time the sister-in-law's in tears. She just calmly bats off the same points my husband did about how it doesn't count. And he even did the whole entire, it's impossible to resist, you must surrender or be destroyed shit. I seriously think they must be speaking to the dominatrix or something. Because surely neither one of them are into that. They actually make this up on their own. I really don't want to go into what was discussed for her sake, but it just become very apparent to me that the brother-in-law is into sissy hypno porn and at times conflated that with the concept of a gaycation. There was this utterly surreal moment where sister-in-law is just trying to wrap her head around this while also in floods of tears, and he explains so genuinely, so matter-of-factly, that for most men the gaycation is either a one-time or annual thing, but some men go on the gaycation for years and others simply never return because they use hypnosis and mind control to be totally feminized into a state of permanent pseudo-gayness.
What the fuck?
She said in disbelief, surely if you're taking it up the arse willingly because you want to, that makes you gay. And he said no, because that's the beauty of the gaycation. You can do all this gay stuff, but you don't interact with the wider gay life experience. She asked him if the sissy stuff is what he wanted, and he said, not on a long-term basis, and was adamant this is something all straight men do, but she wouldn't get into it because she is a woman. There were more insinuations of homophobia. Well, that marriage is dead too, I suppose. Oh, God. So now we have more than one marriage dead. So the whole ordeal ended when she said to him, he has a choice to make. He said, no, he doesn't need to make this choice because the beauty of the gaycation is that it allows him to keep his marriage because it doesn't count. She said, that's not the choice. The choice is whether he's leaving the house that night or she is. Only good thing is that he did leave. Me and sister-in-law spoke about it after that, and I'm just still utterly stunned. I understand she's gone to her parents for the support. What exactly did we do to have our lives destroyed in such an abrupt, bizarre, embarrassing way? Personal advice, I'm going to look at devices and bank statements to see if I can find any definitive proof of cheating. After that, I suppose, figure out how to tell the boys why their father won't be coming home. And then there was an edit to this here. Spoke to the other sister-in-law, my husband's family, older sister, him, younger sister, original sister-in-law, and gave her a skimmed-down version of it. She asked her husband, and thankfully, he was deeply confused, but then mentioned about 2 years ago at a birthday party, he was approached by my husband and brother-in-law about signing up to some online boot camp about BDSM cross-dressing. He assumed they were taking the piss out of him, so he told him to fuck off and never really thought of it again. The fact this has been going on for that long is making me want to throw up. And then finally, she said, for the poster who said about the divorce options, I'm actually looking to adultery because, plain and simple, that's what this is.
End of the day.
Oh, my God.
This was a crazy-ass motherfucking adventure. It's just like...
Absolutely.
Woo! Oh, my gosh. That man, them two motherfuckers is some manipulative son of a bitches. And thank God them women weren't stupid enough to fall for it.
Right.
I mean, that's the point of the vacation. It's just every time you said right. That's the point of the vacation. It just sounded like they were trying to hypnotize them and trying to get them to believe everything they were saying out of their mouth. It's just like these motherfuckers are manipulative. They can go on and be gay together forever.
I'm just going to read the last comment here because what a pathetic hill for two men to die on. They destroyed their marriages, traumatized their families, and alienated their parents, all while insisting none of it counts because they made it special rules about it. They want to cheat without consequences, and they found an online community that validates this fantasy. I've never heard of that in my life. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you're either gay or you're straight or maybe you're bi. But, you know, there's no in between like he wants to do here.
Don't get me wrong. There are bad people out here, okay? There are bad men out here and all that. You know what I mean? But it's a simple fact that these motherfuckers couldn't even be honest about who they are. It was that part. It was the lying, the manipulating, the gaslighting, it was just too much. That was the main reasons why they did what them women did what they did. Because they couldn't even be honest about who the fuck they were.
Right.
If they were at least that, yeah, they would have been upset for a while. Yeah, it would have been a big fucking thing for us, the family and everything. But eventually, I think they would have came around and accepted them for who they are. They didn't even give him a chance to do that. I don't think he was being honest.
They
weren't honest at all.
Him and the brother-in-law, they weren't being honest at all.
Hell no, a gaycation. Are you serious? That's the point of the gaycation.
But hey, nothing beats a Jet 2 gaycation.
I'm telling you. Jet 2 motherfucking holiday for real.
We're going to go ahead here. We're going to end up the show. So anyways, I want to thank you very much, Sherry, for listening to the Joevelocity Show.
This man blows my mind every time.
Right? Anyways, thanks for listening to the Joevelocity Show. Make sure to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app or listen on demand so don't miss an episode. For access to all our websites, visit us at joevelocity.com. Thanks for listening, and have a good one.
Have a good night, everyone.
Gaycation.
Nothing beats it.
Nothing
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save up to $200.